Hello, Cinemaster lovers. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for an exciting experience because we've got something special for you today. Get comfortable, grab your snacks, and let's dive right into the action. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's get started. The movie begins on the U.S.-Mexico border in the Nazca Desert. We understand that in 1945, the U.S. government conducted nuclear experiments in this area, but they hid the consequences of these experiments. Then we see a group of scientists exploring the area, and suddenly a person drenched in blood appears, asking for help. But then a strange creature attacks and kills them all. It chains them up and drags them away in its vehicle like goats. After that, we see real footage of the nuclear experiment, and we understand that this story is real and actually happened. The nuclear experiment caused people to become deformed in this way. Next, we see a man living alone in the desert. He has a gas station and a small supermarket. This man is searching for a girl named Ruby, looking for her everywhere. He eventually reaches an underground mine and keeps calling out, but no one responds. Afterward, he returns home to find a bag at his doorstep. He opens it to find gold, rubies, coral, and diamonds. By chance, he finds a box in the bag, and when he opens it, he discovers a human eye and ears. A while later, a man named Bob arrives at the location with his family. They were traveling to California for a vacation. His wife's name is Artie. His son is Bobby. His younger daughter is Brenda, and his other daughter is Aton. Aton is married to a man named Doug, and they have a child together. But Bob didn't like Doug and thought he was a useless kid. They stopped there to refuel and continue their journey. Before they left, the man at the gas station directed them to a shortcut through the rocks, saying it would save them 2 hours of travel. Bob thanked him and wished everyone could be as kind as him. At that moment, we see one of the family's dogs run toward the supermarket. Aton saw it and followed it inside to retrieve it. By coincidence, she sees the bag of jewelry and the human eye. Suddenly, the man appears and warns her not to tell anyone about what she saw, or he might take her beautiful eyes too. She swears she won't tell anyone, and he lets them go. They take the path he directed them to. While driving, they hit a trap and crash into a rock. They get out scared and confused about what happened. Bob tells them the tire is punctured, and they don't have a spare. They're now in trouble. Doug asks what they should do. Bob sends him to the gas station to get the man there to assist them. Meanwhile, Bob decides to explore the area for any locals who might help. Each of them goes their separate ways, hoping to find help. After a while, the dog senses something strange and heads toward the mountains. Bob follows it, trying to catch it. While walking, he hears the dog barking loudly, as if it's scared of something. He heads toward the sound and is shocked to find the dog dead. Upon closer inspection, he discovers that someone had gutted it and taken its insides. Terrified, he retreats to the car. In his panic, he falls off a high slope and loses consciousness. Then we see a strange-looking girl approaching him. We understand that this is Ruby, the girl the gas station owner was searching for. Suddenly, she sees someone sitting above her, holding the dog's leg and chewing on it. Meanwhile, Doug reaches a swamp in the middle of the desert. He's puzzled by the abandoned cars there and doesn't understand how they ended up in such a place. He starts inspecting the area piece by piece, hoping to find something useful. Night falls, and we see Bob arrive at a lone house in the desert. He enters to check it out and see who might live there. By chance, he finds news reports about the nuclear experiments conducted by the U.S. government in this area. He realizes that these experiments turned people into cannibals. Fear grips him, and he prays for the day to pass safely. Then he hears a scratching sound in the nearby shed. He approaches it cautiously to investigate. As soon as he opens the door, he finds the gas station owner drunk. The man, in his intoxicated state, confesses everything, revealing all his secrets. Bob asks him what brought him here, and the man cries, saying he was forced into this. He claims he's just a victim. He reveals that the road he directed them to is a path for cannibals. He insists he did it for his children, who are the cannibals. Anyone who comes to the gas station is sent down that road to be eaten, and their valuables are sent back to him. But the man defends his children, saying they're good kids. Suddenly, he pulls out a weapon and kills himself. Just then, Bob hears a voice calling Dad. He panics, realizing these people are surrounding him. He runs back to the car but finds one of the cannibals inside. The cannibal knocks him unconscious by smashing his head against the glass. Later, we see Ruby sitting next to Bobby, waiting for him to wake up so she can take him to his family. When he regains consciousness, he lies to his family about what happened, saying he just fell. They ask about their father and he tells them that he and Doug are still outside. Doug returns, warning them that the road they're on is dangerous and that there are people in the area who kidnap others. He mentions seeing several abandoned cars with no owners around. The girls fear something bad has happened to their father, so they lock themselves in the car, anxiously awaiting his return. After a while, Bob hears a scratching sound near the car and goes out to investigate. Out of fear, he decides to tell his family what he saw so they can figure out a solution. He tells them he found their dog dead with its stomach cut open and its insides eaten. Doug panics and asks about the other dog, to which Bob replies that it's still in the car. At that moment, they see their father burning in flames about 100 meters away. They rush toward him, leaving their sleeping sister in the car. When they reach him, they're distraught and unable to help because there's no water to extinguish the fire. At the moment, two cannibals seize the moment that they are busy and enter the car. Brains wakes up to find one of them in her face, so she shouted loudly and hit him. Meanwhile, the others were trying to extinguish their father, who was on fire. At that moment, Aiden noticed there were people in the car. As soon as she entered, she was shocked to find one of the cannibals holding her daughter. She climbed onto him and hit him, but he pulled out a gun and threatened to kill her daughter. She begged him, "Please don't do this. Take me instead and leave her." At that moment, Artie entered, but sadly, she was killed. Aiden took advantage of the situation and grabbed something to kill him with, but he shot her too, ending her life. Instead of calming down, they grabbed Brenda to kill her as well. However, fortunately, the bullets in the gun had run out, so they let her live and took the little girl, leaving. At that moment, the young men noticed and headed to the car. Doug entered and was shocked to find his wife and mother-in-law murdered. He searched for his daughter and discovered she had been kidnapped. His nerves broke down, and he didn't know how to handle this catastrophe. Meanwhile, we see one of the cannibals standing on a mountain, observing the situation and communicating with someone through a walkie-talkie. Suddenly, their dog attacked him, biting him until his body parts were separated. Doug heard the dog and went to see what was happening, and was shocked to find the dog coming toward him carrying the hand of the cannibal, which was holding the walkie-talkie. To his surprise, he heard his daughter's voice through the device, realizing she was still alive. He also heard one of the cannibals speaking and demanded his daughter back, but the man refused and said, "I must eat all of you." Doug swore, "If anyone touches a hair on my daughter's head, I will turn your lives into hell." He told Bobby to take care of Brenda, and that the next day, he would take the dog and rescue his daughter. The next day, he took the dog and headed to the place where the cannibals lived. The dog helped him by sniffing the scent from afar. Meanwhile, Brenda set the car tire on fire to create thick smoke, hoping someone would see them and help. Then, they moved their dead mother and sister into another car. On the other side, Doug reached the place where the cannibals lived and kept walking until he heard his daughter crying. He put the dog in a car and locked it inside while he quietly entered to rescue his daughter. He walked in fear, moving cautiously, expecting something to jump out at him from anywhere. He was surprised to find the terrifying leader sitting in front of the TV. He had to sneak quietly behind her to reach his daughter. He moved carefully and finally reached her. By chance, his shadow appeared on the TV screen. Doug gently picked up his daughter to leave, thinking no one had noticed him, but suddenly he was hit and lost consciousness. When he woke up, he found himself in a place resembling a freezer, surrounded by corpses everywhere. Thankfully, he managed to break the door and escape. He searched for a way out, but encountered another cannibal who was disabled and in a wheelchair. The cannibal explained to Doug that humans were to blame for their condition because of nuclear experiments conducted in the area, which caused genetic mutations and deformed them. He said humans must pay the price. Suddenly, another cannibal attacked Doug, intent on killing him. Doug grabbed a screwdriver and threatened. Doug stabbed him in the neck with the screwdriver, then grabbed an axe and finished him off by striking his head. Doug continued searching for his daughter and encountered another cannibal whom he surprised and killed. As he kept looking, he saw a cannibal holding a butcher's knife, preparing to kill his daughter. When he removed the blanket covering her, he was shocked to find a pig instead. Someone had replaced the child with the animal. It turned out that Ruby, the only kind-hearted cannibal, had taken the child to return her to her family. Ruby brought the girl to Doug, who was initially suspicious of her, but soon realized she meant no harm. Suddenly, another cannibal attacked Doug, but he hit him with a rifle, knocking him out. Doug embraced his beloved daughter, overwhelmed with relief. However, the joy didn't last. The cannibal regained consciousness, grabbed the rifle, and prepared to kill Doug, but Ruby intervened, tackling him and jumping off a cliff with him. Both died. Meanwhile, Bobby and Brenda discovered that one of the cannibals had taken their mother from the car and was eating her in front of them. Bobby devised a plan with his sister to distract the cannibal and lead him away. The cannibal chased them, intending to eat them. Bobby entered the car, opened the gas cylinders, and when the cannibal arrived, he tied his hand to the window and jumped out with his sister through the other window. They watched from a safe distance as the car exploded, killing the last cannibal. They couldn't believe they had finally rid themselves of them. Doug arrived with his daughter and the dog. They were overjoyed and couldn't believe they were still alive. As they embraced, we noticed someone watching them from afar, likely another cannibal, ending the first part. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos.